The high value man. This is actually a feminine terminology. It is a feminine fraud, not a masculine one. And all these people that are teaching you about how to be a high value man are teaching you how to live up to feminine ideology, not masculine. And I can easily prove this. This is not difficult. So I'm a late bloomer to social media in general. I've only been involved in social media for the last 2 years. When I started this channel with a friend of mine who thought that it was very important that someone like me speak to other people because the way I'm able to think things out often. So only the last 2 years have I really been exposed to social media. And I gotta tell you, man, really, to be honest, I'm not really a fan. Do I find some people that are very entertaining, some people that are very informative? Yes, I do. But for the overwhelming majority of individuals, everyone is just trying to get you to think on the outskirts of thought processes so that you can be a fan of theirs and so that you can support them in some way. That is what they're doing. The high value men thing, this concept is insane. And it was one of the first things that I was introduced to when I was introduced to the internet, when I was introduced to like YouTube and all this other stuff in general. When other people started bringing me content to start to absorb and figure out what was going on. Because prior to that, YouTube to me was just like, how do I do something? And I looked it up and it showed me how to do it. That's what YouTube was for me. So people started bringing me stuff, and one of the first things that I was brought to was the high value man concept, right? And I was like, okay, I get this, I understand. I definitely understand the money, power, respect. You guys will hear me talk about this all the time. And money is definitely, money, power, and respect definitely is 3 large catalysts for men in general, right? This is all true. However, what this is based on is this like supposed war that we have between the two sexes, right? And so you have the feminine thought process on everything, and then the letdown of the masculine process on everything. So I'm not trying to downplay this. I do understand that the dangers that every incurs on today's world is when you choose to interact with a woman, you take that risk, and it can go south in any shape, way, form, or fashion at any point in time. She could be feeling you, everything could be great, everything could be going wonderful, and then as simple as her telling her friends about it, and her friends are like, oh my God, you chose him? Just that right there, she'll change your mind, and now all of a sudden, you're in trouble. Or she gets with a guy, and months later, she thinks bad about herself because of the decision she made before she was with this guy. Now you're in trouble. There's a lot of ways that could go wrong, and I'm aware of it. Trust me, I am very aware of it. I promise you. And then we also have the failure of masculinity on the left-hand side, on the other side, right? So a lot of you, women are like, well, you need to always be nice. So you're a nice guy, basically you're a bitch. They're like, well, you need to be able to share and show your emotions. So you cry like a little bitch and you get emotional like a little bitch, and no woman respects you because women don't respect that. Being emotional or crying in front of a woman is like bleeding in front of sharks. Keep that in mind. That's a real fucking statement. Every time you, as a man or a boy, get emotional in front of a chick, that's like bleeding in front of sharks. And to be honest, because you don't know how to control your emotions like that, you deserve to be treated like the little bitch you are. That's my personal opinion, but it is what it is. The point is, they told you that you should be all of this stuff, and you believed it, and you became all of those things, and now they don't respect you. So you got women that have all the power, and then men that gave up all of their power, right? So there's a large problem going on. I'm not trying to downplay it at all. But if we talk about the concept of the high value man, if you ask women, what do you want in a man? Yes, some women, not all women, some women have given me answers, but I've asked a lot of women, and sure, a lot of modern day women, they do follow that rule of 6 thought process. We've all heard the idea of their 6s concept. I just call it the rule of 6, make it easy to understand. Basically, they want a guy who's over 6 feet tall. They want a guy who makes more than 6 figures. They want a guy who has a 6-pack, and they want a guy who's working with at least 6 inches, right? Now, everybody talks about like, that's only 1.2% of all men, blah, blah, blah. Let's move that out of the way. The point is that's a feminine thought process. This checklist idea, that's a feminine checklist. Yet all these influencers are teaching you that to be a good man, to be a man, you need to follow this feminine checklist. That isn't true though. Ask any man, and I'm asking you right now, if you're watching this, I'm asking you, what do you want most out of this life? What is the most important thing for you as a man to receive in this life? Most men are gonna say to be respected and to be admired. Now there's gradations of this respect and admiration. So I don't wanna hear about like, oh, I also wanna be loved. I don't care, that's part of admiration. There's gradations, right? Don't get in the comment section arguing the smaller, stupider, finer points of the argument so that you miss the entire concept. Pay attention to the concept. I understand it's difficult for you TikTok brains, but follow the whole concept. Now, most men are going to say, I want to be respected and admired with gradations to those levels. That's not a high value man. Right? You have no guarantee that the men on the high value side, this checklist, what kind of man those actually are. They have no clue. Now, every once in a while, I will get a woman who says things like, well, I want to feel safe. So she's saying a man that protects. She's like, I want him to be funny. I don't want a guy that's serious all the time or always in a bad mood. But most women don't say anything about those interior things. It's an exterior checklist. But you ask a man, what does he want for himself? He gives you an interior feeling. He says, I want to be respected by exterior people and I want to be admired by exterior people, but this is an interior feeling. Same thing. Ask a man. I'm asking you right now. What do you want most out of your relationship? From a woman in your relationship, what do you want most? Yeah, granted, every guy we're attracted to something. And most men would really love it if a woman has some thick thighs, big butt, big tits, and a really pretty face. Yeah, we would all appreciate those things. And if you ask very young or very immature men, that might be exactly what they say, but not a real man. We're talking about real men. Men who actually got dirt under their nails. They got grit to their character. Nah, that guy's gonna say, I wanna be respected, I wanna be appreciated, and I want loyalty. Those are interior things. Women have exterior checklists. Men do not have exterior checklists. And the whole concept of the high value man is based on a woman's idea of what a good man is. A good man follows this exterior checklist. But for men, it doesn't work that way. As men, do we ever look down on a guy because he's short? No, we don't. That's not a thing. We may clown him, but we're also going to clown the tallest guy. We're going to clown the fattest guy. We're going to clown the skinniest guy. If somebody is too perfect, we're going to clown the guy that's too perfect for being too perfect. Everybody gets it. But we don't look down on a man because he's short. That's what women do. We're like, is he dependable? Does he work hard? Is he capable of leadership? Can I count on this man? And is he worth his salt? You can have a 4'2" dude. And as long as he's worth his salt, he gets the respect from other men for being a man. He shows up on that job site. He puts his whole back into it. He doesn't need anybody to help him with anything other than getting something off the top shelf. Other than that, he don't need help from anybody, right? But that man's worth his salt. So we see him as a man and we respect him as a man. Getting a lot of money is important, but the truth is most men, what do you want to do? You want to provide. Wealth is not necessary to be a provider, and we as men respect men who are providers. Yeah, it's nice to look up to individuals that are rich. It's cool. How did they do that? I want to do that too. And for some of us, we're driven towards that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of younger men are, when you say, what do you want most out of this life? Yeah, they will respond with, well, I want a lot of money. I want to be rich, right? But it's when you get older, like I said, you get that dirt under your nails, you get that grit to your character. That's when you start realizing money isn't as important as you thought it was. But some of us really want that. I want to be rich for sure. I'm working on it. YouTube is not my job, guys. I'm not going to ever have a course for you. I'm not going to ever sell you coaching. I'm not going to ever do any of that stuff because YouTube is not where I make my money. I have actual products that I put out. I have a real thing going on. But these YouTubers, these YouTube influencers, they want to sell you stuff, and that's what they're good at. Men and women respect leadership. And what constitutes leadership for the most part, the things that we respect as men and women more than anything else, is going to be strength and competency. And strength is all around. Yeah, it should be in your body too. I'm not saying that it shouldn't, but it should be mind, body, and soul. You should be reading things. You should be learning things. You should be talented in things. You should be skilled, hyper skilled in as many things as you actually possibly can be in this short life that you have. You should be skilled. You should be talented. You should be trying to make money. You want to be able to provide. All those things are true. But men, we worry more about those interior aspects. Is he a leader? If not, can he follow? Either which one. We got to be able to do one. Is he dependable? Are you competent? Do you have strength in character? Do you have strength in do you have that grit to your character? That's what we worry about as men. This high value man stuff, this is a feminine concept, guys. And all these dudes that are selling this to you, so Fresh and Fit, Austin Dunham, FitX Fearless. Bro, somebody showed me a clip from FitX Fearless where this man said that you needed to dress and act more like a gay man because gay men get hit on by women more than anybody else. And sure enough, this dude's eyebrows were immaculate enough to be gay. You could definitely call his eyebrows gay. So he had done a great job. Women are not confused about this, guys. Listen, you can ask as many women, men get fooled. I get fooled. I've been fooled a gang times. I've told, some girls have told me like, oh yeah, dude. I'm like, oh, but so-and-so. And they're like, yeah, he's gay. That dude is gay? They're like, yeah, he's gay. But he's like he's like a man's man. There's no way that dude is gay. They're like, man, he is gay. Like gay. He's been gay his whole life. What? And then the opposite. I'll be like, man, this just happened recently. I was like, oh, the gay dude. They're like, nah, he ain't gay. And I'm like, nah, we're like, yeah, that guy. And I'm like, nah, he's gay. And they're like, that guy is not gay. I'm like, that dude has to be gay. They're like, he's not gay, he just walks like that. I'm like, it's not just his walk, it's the way he dresses, his hair, everything. They're like, nah, that dude is not gay. He's straight. And I'm like, that can't be the truth. Men are confused. Men are fooled. Women are not fooled. Gay men are not getting hit on all the time. It may happen occasionally, but it's not happening all the time. Women are not fooled. This man was attempting to teach you guys to look and act and behave like you're gay because it'll confuse women into hitting on you. That is not true. Men get confused. Women do not get confused. They know who's gay. These dudes are lying to you. These dudes are good at YouTube. These dudes are not good at life. And you could take it, man. We can figure it out real easy. If we took everything away from them, if we took all their courses away, if we took all their followers away, if we took all the money and everything that they've made from YouTube away from them, from social media in general, you take all that away from them and we put them in a room that you didn't know who they were, but knowing who they are in your mind, would you follow any of them? Fuck no, absolutely not. These dudes are clowns. When you're a fan of them, I get it. You can look at them and you can be like, oh wow, man, this dude, I mean, you know, if you just like, Myron is not a dumb guy. I just want to make sure that's understood. Myron is not a dumb guy, but this dude is just using argumentative tactics and like narcissistic argumentative tactics and stuff like that to dunk on women. And if you just want to see some guys dunk on women, sure, that's a great show to watch. But he's not really giving you anything of actual, real, true value. I've seen some things where they mention some of the information that is correct, but they're not giving you full information on how to like really change your life in a manner to actually like make money, get rich and stuff like that. They're really not doing it. They offer you pieces of information. They tell you things, but they're not giving you the information to do it. They want you guys to support them with this idea of the feminine construct of what a man is. And that's what they're selling you. These guys are hellified marketers. That's all they are. They are marketers. And not one of them people, and in like a room full of real, real predators, not in the street sense, but in the business sense. If you guys think that people from the streets are predators, get in a room full of businessmen. Get in a room full of, not even just men, women. Get in a room full of business people that are business minded, that really know what they're doing. Those dudes would get eaten alive. The only thing that they would be good for is like, oh, okay, well, you managed to trick a million people to follow you. Yeah, we can use you. Yeah, absolutely, we can use you. But not because we respect you, just because we recognize that you have a following, so we can put you at the front of something so we can sell a concept. This is a feminine concept. This is the feminine checklist of a man. The male checklist of a man is not what they're selling you guys. So I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. I can go into it in more depth, but I thought it was crazy. Now, there are two people that I would like to set aside, and not necessarily not completely for good reasons. Obviously, the late, great Kevin Samuels. Now, I never saw any of this guy. Like I said, I've only been doing this stuff, looking this stuff up for 2 years. Kevin Samuels, while he seems to be the grandfather of all of this stuff, he also, I've seen plenty of him. He is attempting to be a mentor to men, like a true mentor. Man, I've seen stuff where he's trying to tell guys how to dress, how to act, how important showering is. Man, I saw one video where this dude is telling guys how to wipe their butt. Like, man, you got to really get in there. He's like, get your finger in there, basically, with the toilet paper. But he's really was operating more in the capacity of attempting to be a mentor. It wasn't just about dunking people. He really, instead of dunking on these women, a lot of the ones that I saw, I mean, he dunked on them and he clowned them, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the ones that I saw, he's really just trying to like illustrate the like the clownassery of the entire situation of whatever they're bringing to the table in those conversations. And I'm not saying that he's a perfect example of anything at all. What I am saying is that a lot of the content that I've actually seen from him, he is attempting to actually be a mentor for men that do not know how to be a man. That is the truth. You don't want to get taken advantage of. You don't want to sell yourself short for women. Women admire things that, just like everybody else, women admire things that are difficult to get and are rare to have. So the more common you make yourself, the more easily accessible you make yourself. Yes, the more common you make yourself and the less worthy you actually are. And that's a lot of his stuff. The other one we can take and put to the side is Andrew Tate. And I'm not speaking on Andrew Tate's level of character per se. I'm not defending anything. I'm not saying he's right, wrong, guilty, innocent, nothing of the sort. What I am saying is, well, number one, that dude is an amazing orator. That's first and foremost. That dude is an amazing orator. Number two, while he is certainly trying to sell you a course, that is a fact. Do not get it twisted. That man is definitely trying to sell you a course. He does seem to offer a lot of levels of philosophy on things. And his levels of philosophy, if broken down appropriately and if thought about and if applied, his level of philosophy really is helpful to just even the average boy, the average man. The truth is all these other guys are just playing off of their work in different ways. I would venture to say that Andrew Tate is kind of like the true successor to Kevin Samuels, but just in a different way. Now, I'm not speaking to either one of their characters. I don't know these men. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what Kevin Samuels' actual his incomes were. I don't know if he sold courses. I don't know what he did. But he was trying to be a mentor in a lot more than just dunking on women. If you guys are paying these guys, these social media influencers, for coaching, for dating advice, for any of that stuff, you're basically paying these individuals to be your friends. You don't need that. You do need a mentor in life. If you did not have a father that taught you how to actually be a man, especially if you were raised by a woman, most likely you're a little bitch. If you were raised by a woman and you never got around like real men. You do need to find yourself a mentor. You're gonna have to break yourself down to be open to that mentor's teachings and abilities. If you're not willing to break yourself down, then you're just not a man anyways. Men have to be broken down and rebuilt, broken down and rebuilt, broken down and rebuilt. This is how men are made. Men are broken down and they are rebuilt consistently and constantly throughout your life. You just have to be broken down less and you're built stronger each time that you're broken down and rebuilt. If you're not capable of that, then you are a feminine boy. You might as well be a girl. Women cannot be broken down. That's why they have problems with like accountability and all that other stuff. Plus you don't want to do that because just like men, every time they get broken down and rebuilt, they are stronger. They're more masculine. We don't really want that for women. But as a man, as a boy, if you were raised to be a feminine little bitch, you do need a mentor. If you're trying to be successful at something, you do need a mentor. There are plenty of places that you do need a mentor. But for dating advice, no, what you need is practice. Go out and talk to 50 women a day. Now, you don't got to hit on all of them. I'm just saying talk to them. Oh, hey, you know what? Man, I really like your shoes. You have a good day. You don't have to take it any further than that. Just, oh man, these shoes are really good, and walk away. The guy that helped me start this channel, he can tell you, man, I'll be walking down, we can be walking like downtown or something, and I will just compliment like 15 people in a row. It won't matter, male, female, and I'll just choose something that is standout. The type of glasses that they're wearing, oh man, those glasses are really cool, but I don't stop walking, I keep going. Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. Hey bro, man, that is a nice dog. That is a beautiful dog. Because you got to compliment men different than you compliment women. But you need practice. If you need to make friends, if you're trying to date women, those are things that you need practice with. You just need to put yourself in a position to where you face that level of uncomfortability yourself. As a man, you need to learn how to do this. Again, if you can't do it, then you're a little feminine bitch. And then but you do not pay these people on the internet to supposedly help you with this stuff. Do not buy business coaching online. Do not buy life coaching online. Do not buy dating coaching online. Do not buy courses online. These people are good at YouTube. They are not good at life. They have learned to sell people on YouTube. And one of the biggest ways that they do it is they take a concept and they push you all the way to the fringes of thought process in order to be a part of their tribe so you continue to support them. This high value man shit, this is a feminine thought process because men think differently. So you're welcome to disagree with me as much as you want, but you know that I'm telling the truth. As a man, you don't think in terms of that checklist like women do. We think in terms of what's going on with this man. Is he worth his salt? Does he provide? Can he be, is he a protector? Can he be depended on? Does he talk or is he full of action? Can he lead? And if not, can he follow? That's what we care about as men. We do not care about this checklist. That is a feminine thought process. It is a femininity fraud. These guys are teaching it to you and selling it to you so that you will buy whatever it is that they're selling you. Man, break free. Break free. Not just of these dudes, but everybody that's on the internet that's trying to sell you guys something. You guys gotta break free of this. If somebody is offering you something of actual value in return, something of actual value. If I'm trying to sell you this damn cup and you want the cup itself, that I can understand. Coaching, counseling, dating advice, all of that stuff, man, stop buying all of that stuff online. Do not buy that stuff online. Do not do it. These people are good at marketing. They're good at YouTube. They are not good at life. That's why so many of them consistently get exposed. If they were so good at life, if they were so good at everything else other than marketing themselves on YouTube, then why did they need to make money on YouTube? I'm not making money off of YouTube. I actually have products and services that I provide. I actually have things that have an actual worth and value that I provide to other people that are not related to this channel and will never be related to this channel. As far as I can tell, I can't see a reason why they would be. My point is, stop buying these things from people on the internet. Stop believing these people on the internet. All these alpha males saying that they're alpha males, those are not real alpha males. All these guys saying that they're business coaches and stuff like that, they're not real business coaches. Unless you want to come to them and be like, bro, how did you grow your YouTube channel? How did you get all these people to believe in you? How did you market yourself to get people to believe in the stuff that you're saying? If you want to go to them for that, that's something that they can teach you. That's something that they know. But man, the idea and the concept, high value man, that is a woman's concept. That is a feminine concept because a real man cares more about what you got going on and what you're capable of doing. We care about action, not some outside checklist. That's a feminine thought. So that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I hope that I got that across. I hope that you guys understand. Stop buying shit from people. Stop supporting people on YouTube. Stop supporting people that are not offering you something in return, some tangible thing. Now, if somebody's just offering you entertainment, that's perfectly fine. If they're legitimately just being entertaining, that's perfectly fine. I don't know, Club Shay Shay. That's man, I subscribed. Dude gives great content. He's just entertaining in and of himself, and he asks pretty good questions. But he's not trying to sell me. He has that VSOP or whatever the hell he's got, that cognac. But he's giving it to me in return. That dude, and he made a career outside of it before he made his career first before he came to YouTube. These other people that are just YouTube entities, man, you guys gotta stop believing in these people. They are fucking false and they are fake. That's it. That's all I got. If not, I'm just keep ranting about these dudes. That's it, man. Good luck. I'll see you on the next one.